That's incredible.
It's throwback weekend, as only 19 teams elect to sport an old paint scheme. At Darlington, it'll be a test to see who will dance with the lady in black. Byron leads the field to the green flag, but shortly after, Larson wrecks his Terry Labonte throwback, going all in on how that paint scheme performed in its heyday. With very little laps run, some drivers opt to hit the tires, but others stayed out. Byron would lead the field to the restart, and after an uneventful 15-lap green flag run, Hocevar would tag the wall and spin out trying to enter pit road. Now with more laps run, everyone decides to pit for tires. Byron again leads the field into the restart, and he manages to build a long lead. But this is a tire management track, and Priest and Buscher would begin to reel in Byron. However, Hocevar and Herbst got together in a squabble, and that would set up a short dash to the end of the stage. Byron would lead the field into the restart, and he'd have the battle for second in the mirror as he wins the first stage. Byron would lead the field into the restart, and while we're on the topic of leading, it's shaping up to be a perfect tangle for the 2014. If Byron manages to lead every lap today, it'll be the first time it's happened since the era of flip phones, AOL, and the relevancy of Circuit City. However, pit stops are on the way, and this means Byron would have...
What? Oh, Brad Keselowski around.
Hold on. No caution? Hold on, go back. You have got to be shitting me. They let this race go on for several laps with a lug nut on the racing surface? NASCAR officiating, folks. Best in the world. Well, thanks to that, the leaderboard is put into the tumbler, and yet Byron still leads. Legendary stat is still safe. For now. Byron continues his quest for a perfect tango as he leads the field into the restart. And that's another checkpoint reached. Byron wins stage 2. You're getting closer, Byron. You lead the field into the third stage. And Barry's wrecked. Well, let's try it again. I think it'll be oh my god, it's in danger. Your lead's in danger. Perfect tango in danger. Oh, never mind, he's got the lead back. Hold on, but it's in danger again. We got a pit stop cycle beginning. Unless a caution comes out and Byron hasn't pitted yet, this perfect tango continues. And it's gone. 50 laps shy, and the perfect tango is broken. Enter Reddick, who assumes the lead with 45 laps remaining, but that's a long way to the finish. But Blaney, he's on the hunt. With 7 lap fresher tires and lap traffic, the gap begins to close in. And Blaney's got him, and now he's got the lead. He's going to start running away.
The wall goes Reddick, and around goes Larson again into the inside wall.
Oh my gosh, caution. That's not...
Seems like the race will be put into the hands of the pit crew members. Hamlin wins the race off pit road. It's overtime. All right, make it a good one here. Hamlin leads the field into the restart, and he's gone. Yep, it's over. Unless there's a oh, never mind. There's a wreck off at turn 2 on the final lap, but it doesn't matter. Denny Hamlin goes back-to-back as he wins the Goodyear 400. Definitely one of the races of all time. Byron leads most of the race and loses it after succumbing the lead. And Hamlin's pit crew executes a great pit stop for Hamlin to steal the win. Well, I guess sometimes it's more important to be in the right place at the right time, but that's just my thoughts. Want to beat me with a metal pipe? Be my guest. Byron has gone away with the points lead. Hamlin jumps to second in the standings, and a saving grace for Bell puts him in the 3rd spot. Nobody falls out of the top 10, but Bowman drops from 5th to 10th. Busch and Allmendinger fight for the final playoff spot, as Barry's early exit puts him 20th in the standings. Stenhouse Jr. also makes some ground to the cutoff line. Gibbs finally has a day go right for him, and he goes from 31st to 26th. Yes! Yes, finally! Finally a good day. And Keselowski? Yeah, his fans are in hell right now. 31st in points. The Cup Series goes from an egg-shaped oval to a coliseum this weekend. They will tackle the fast half-mile track known as Bristol for the Food City 500. With Hamlin on a hot streak, it's possible he makes it 3 in a row, copying what Christopher Bell has done before Larson won. He did win this race last year in the spring, and we saw plenty of tire wear that time, though the last time we went to Bristol was pretty hard to pass. Which one we get? I'm not sure. And that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Not that much of a action-packed Darlington race. What a heartbreak for Blaney, though. I mean, he had a great car, he had 2 blown engines, and then just as he gets the lead, it just gets taken away from him because Larson and Wallace got together. But we got Bristol this weekend. Not sure which one we're going to get, but hopefully it's going to be a good action-packed track. But there's definitely some issues to iron out with the next-gen car. But that'll be all. See you next weekend.
Him into the Whoa, hold on to it, Kyle.
That 2-car was right on the rear bumper of Kyle Busch and got him loose.
Look how much it slowed him down. Here comes Busher passing around both of them.
Busher got a 2-for-1 right there.
The old 2 for